Thank you so much. Let me welcome you to Maths Zone African Motives. We are today going to do accounting grade 11 as we are still on term 2 revision. So we are on question 1. So on question 1, we are going to look at question 1.3 to 1.4. Because you remember very well on our previous presentation, we did question 1.2, 1.1 to 1.2. So today we are on 1.3 to 1.4 of the very same question paper. So let us be together from the start of this presentation to the end of it. So that is that. As you know very well that this question paper that we are preparing ourselves with is the question paper that was written in 2025. So it was written in Limpopo province. So that is that. So without wasting much time, let us get today to our business of today. So here we are on question 1.3, like I've said, we are going to do 1.3 as well as 1.4. So we are going to be on this company, Hater Traders. So as it says, the following information was taken from the books of Hater Traders. The business received the bank statement on the 26th of every month. So required now. So we are required to complete cash journals for February 2025. That is our year end. So once it says we are to do cash journals, it simply says we are going to do cash payment journal as well as what? Cash receipts journal. So we are going to do those two journals, cash receipts journal as well as cash payments journal. So 1.4, we are asked to prepare bank reconciliation statement for February 2025. So on journals, you know very well that a CRJ, which is cash receipt journal, we are going to add missing money receipt. We are going to add a missing money receipt. We are going to add missing money received. That is that. Add missing money receipt. That is that. That is a very important key exam logic. Very important key exam logic when you're doing cash receipt journal. Know very well that you're going to add missing money received. But CPJ, cash payment journal, it is all about now adding missing money paid. You add missing money paid. So that is that. Here is a receipt, here is a paid. So that is that. Remember, we are even asked to do bank reconciliation. That is when we are talking about the bank reconciliation. Bank recon. So with bank reconciliation, here we are going to add deposit not yet credited. We add deposit. We add deposit not yet credited. So we are talking about the bank errors. Also, we are going to subtract. We are going to subtract outstanding. We are going to subtract outstanding electronic funds, transfers. So meaning we are going to add those missing payments. So these are our key exam logic. Key exam logic. So when you're doing all this that we are asked, the journals where we are talking about cash payment and cash receipt journals, know what is expected out of us. Know those key exam logic. They are very, very important. So hope we are together on that. And now let us start to now treat the questions now. So now let us attend to these two questions that we are to do. So as we on 1.3, remember we are to complete cache journals. So there is information that is given. There is information that is given. We have information A, where we have the extract from the bank reconciliation statement, as we can go through, you'll see. And then we know from this extract, we have deposit not yet created. We have the outstanding EFTs, electronic funds transfer. So there is also note. As you can see, we are given this note, and then we are going to go through all these notes that we are given, and then now we move on to another information. So this falls under the note as well. But on information B, we have professional totals from cash journals on the 28th February. So these are our opening balances of our journals. So that is that. On information C, we have information C as well. As we can see, it has said the following information on February 2025 bank statement received from Best and did not appear in the February cash journals. So this is the information that you're talking about, and you'll see when you do this. And then we have information D, which says the following information appeared in the February 2025 cash journals but did not appear in the bank statement for February 2025. Then this is the information that you're going to make use of. And we have additional information on E. So now let us go back to our question now. So the question wants us to do journals, and we're going to start with cash receipt journal. We're going to start with cash receipt journal. So now let us attend to the information. So when you do this cash receipt journal as well as cash payments, we are first going to start with the balances. We're going to start with professional totals. We are going to start with professional totals. So as we can see, we are going to look for our total that we're going to start with. And you can see now, here are our totals, like I've said. On information B, we can see that cash receipt journal of 61,990. It's our start. That is our total. We are starting with that professional total. This is our professional total for cash receipt journal. It's our professional total of how much? Of 61,990. So we are going to start with that amount. So let's quickly go to our answer book and then record that as we are given the answer books. So here is our cash receipt for the hater traders. Like I've said, we're going to start with professional totals. You can see now they are given. It is given, as you see, that it is on the 28th, and under details, you're going to write total, and then it is going to go into the bank. So now, under sundry accounts amount, we have this 61,990. So now we are to know that this, now we are to move on. In fact, we are to move on to another information that is to be recorded under cash receipts journal. So as we can go through our information, as you're given this information, as we can see that under the notes, we are told that the electronic funds number 377 for 5,200 was issued to kids First Orphanage as a donation. So it was found that this EFT did not go through as account number was incorrect. So the EFT number 377 must therefore be cancelled. So this is going to be cancelled. We are talking about this. We are talking about this amount. So This is an electronic funds transfer of this much was issued to these kids' first orphanage as a donation. But it was found there is an error there. It was found that this EFT did not go through as the account number was incorrect. So it means there's no payment yet that was done because the account number was incorrect. So now this must be cancelled. So we are going to add this. We are going to add missing receipt from bank statement because the EFT of 377 is now cancelled. This EFT did not go through. It was originally recorded as a payment, must now be reversed, come back as a receipt. Initially, it was recorded. It was recorded as a payment. But now we have to reverse it and comes back because of the account number that was incorrect. Meaning now we are going to add it on our receipts. So we are going to add missing receipt. We are going to add missing receipts. We're going to add missing receipts of how much? Of 5,250. This was from bank statement. So we know that there was a cancellation that has taken place. So now this is going to be added to our cash receipt because of initially it was recorded as a payment, but now we have to reverse it. Now it has to come back as a receipt. So now let us record it in our answer book. So now here we are on our cash receipt journal, whereby now under document number, we are going to have EFT. That shows that it was electronic funds transfer 377. So under details, we are going to write kids first orphanage. First orphanage. Kids first orphanage. So the amount now is now coming back to our cash receipt journals. Then we are to write it in the bank. We have to put it in the bank, 5,250. So under sundry amount, now we're going to write it 5,250. So it was for what? Donations. Donations to the orphanages. So this was cancelled. So now we are to add it back under the receipts. Hope we are together on that. So now let us move on to another transaction that is going to affect our cash receipts journal. Now let us be there. So as we go through these notes as well as this extract from bank reconciliation statement, you can see now there is nothing that can affect our cash receipt journal. That is under information A. So let us see on information B, because even here there is nothing that affects our cash receipt journal. So even information B, it's only our professional totals. So now coming to information C. So here we are on information C. So in information C, if you can go through it, and try to see which other transaction or statement to affect our cash receipt. You can see now a direct deposit. A direct deposit. As it says, a direct deposit of 3,000 was made by a debtor, Peace Mine, in part of settlement of her account. So we received what? 3,000 from our debtor, P. Smithy. Or it is P. Smithy. So from our P. Smithy, we get the 3,000 rand as a settlement of her account. Is our data, good people. So now we have to record it and our cash receipt because we received that money as a business. So here we are, we're going to record it as we are going to write our document as business. So now we have a piece meet as our data under details. Piece meeting. So our amount is 3,000. Then it goes into sundry accounts. So it goes into a sundry. We are recording them under sundry accounts because we don't have the accounts, our answer book. For cash receipt journal, it only have bank account. So there are not other accounts that we are given here on our answer book. So to such situation, we are to use a sundry accounts. So it is 3,000 and then we are to give description of that now. It was for what? So that is a debtors control. It is a debtor who was paying us. So we're going to write debtors control. So hope we are together on that. So now let us again move on. Now we come back again from our information and try to find out if there is any statement that do affect our cash receipts journal. So here is our information. So A, you can see now, like I've said, there's nothing here, even in information B. So let us see information C if there's nothing that we can have in the cash receipt journal. You can see now as it is a credit of 150 received from Best Bank as a monthly interest on fixed deposit. So business received this 150 as a monthly interest on the fixed deposit that they made. So the business is going to receive this interest. So we are to record it under cash receipt journal, people. So let us record it under cash receipt journal. So that is business as our document number. So we have Best Bank. So this is the bank that we deposited our money to, and then it's going to come with what? With interest. So we have invested our money, and our interest is what? 150. So we have to record it in our bank and show it under sundry accounts. And this was interest on fixed deposit. Interest on fixed deposit. So that is that. These are all what affects our cash receipts journal. So we are to add them, and then when you add all this, so you're going to get 70,390. So that is that. So now let us quickly go to cash payment journal. Let us quickly go to cash payment journal. So cash payment journal, like cash receipt journal, we are going to start with professional total, which is here. So here is our cash payment journal, which is our professional total. So this is our professional total of how much? 80,800. 80,800. So now let us just record it under cash payment journal. So here is our cash payment journal. You can see it's already given like the one for cash receipts. So now let us see what are the transactions that are going to affect our cash payments journal. Transactions that are going to affect our cash payment journal. So we are on cash payment journal. So now let us go through our information that is given. So we have our information A and try to find out if there is something that we can see that can affect our cash payment journal. So let us go through together and see if ever there is something that can be taken to cash payment journal. So here we are still under information A. Here we are still under information A. So on information A, you can see that there it is. A new EFT number 469 for 7,000 was issued in favor of Kids First Orphanage. Remember, on Church Receipt Journal, it was cancelled. The resort was cancelled. So now we have a new EFT because the old one was cancelled because the account number was incorrect, if you can still remember. So we have now a new electronic funds transfer number 469 for 7,000 was issued in favor of Kids First Orphanage. So this transaction has been recorded in the books of hated readers. So Kids Orphanage confirmed that they received the EFT number 469. So now it's a payment. It's a payment now. So we add that missing correction. So now a new payment not recorded. Now we are to add it on cash payment journal. So now we are going to say EFT. We are going to say electronic funds for 69. This on the 28, all of them. Then the description, now we're going to write kids first orphanage. First orphanage. Kids First Orphanage. So how much? It is 7,000. That was paid to Kids First Orphanage. Then we are going to write it under sundry accounts. And this was for donations. It was for donation. This payment was for donation. The business donated this orphanage. So they paid it out. So that is why we are adding it into and cash payments into our cash payments. So let's quickly try to find out other transactions that do affect our cash payment journal. So we can go through them together, like I always say. You can see now there is nothing. So we move on to C and try to find out on C if there is nothing that we can have that goes into the cash payment journal. So as we are looking at those, you can see now we have this transaction which says electronic funds transfer number 417 for 3,930. For 3,930. This is an electronic funds for 3,930. An investigation revealed that this electronic funds transfer was issued in favor of creditor. So aged traders in part payment of our account. So this transaction was mistakenly recorded in the cash payments journal as 2,390. Meaning to say, it was recorded as 2,390. The actual is supposed to be 3,930, not 2,990. So now we are to find what the difference now. We are to look for difference. We are to look for difference. So meaning to say, we are going to say 3,930 minus now 2,390. So it will give us how much? It will give us 1,540. 1,540. So we are going to add that difference on our cash payment journal because it was incorrectly recorded as 2,390, whereas it was supposed to be 3,950. So we have to add this difference that short. So now we go to our cash payment journal. So here we are on our cash payment journal, good people. So this was, we are going to write the BS our business. So we are going to say age. This was age traders. Age traders. How much was that amount? 1,540. 1,540. This was for a creditors control. Creditors control, because we're paying our suppliers, our creditors. So that is why our description is creditors control. That is the payment that we're making to our creditors. So that is that. So now let us move on to other transactions that do affect our cash payment journal. So now we can see that this other information A and B doesn't have anything that goes to cash payment journal now. So we can now look at C if C has anything. So see here it says a debit order for 2,275 in favor of a long-term insurance to pay personal insurance of the owner. So we're talking about the debit order of a long-term insurance of this much. So this is a drawings. This is owner's personal expense. This is owner's personal expense. Because we are told that this is to pay the personal insurance of the owner. So if we take this much, it means that is a true wins. Once it goes for owner's personal expense, this is what a true wins, because it is owner's personal expense. So that is why we are saying this is what true wins. So it means now we are to record it under cash payment journal because the money was taken out. So we are going to record it under cash payment journal. So we are going to write the ABS. Then we are going to have a long-term insurers. Yeah, this is this company. So we have this much 2,275. 2,275, and we have said this is true because it was taken for personal use. So hope you're together on that. So now let us go to another information. For sure, we are going to be on information C, and as we know that information A and B doesn't have anything that goes under cash payment journal now. So here we are on our information C, like I've said, we are to just go there. So as we are there, we are now looking for anything under information C. If there is anything that can go under cash payment journal, you can see now we have interest on debit balance or bank charges. Sorry, there is also bank charges here. The bank statement showed the following charges. Then we have bank charges of 510. So money is going to go out. So we have to record it under cash payment journal because this is charges what our business. We have interest on debit balance. We have interest on debit balance. So if we do this, it simply shows that we are talking about interest on overdraft. It is interest on overdraft. So we are taking we're taking more than what we have in the bank. So we are going to be charged on that once it says interest on debit balance, because it's not interest on credit balance. It is interest on debit balance. So this is an overdraft. So we are going to be charged that interest. So it's a charge that you're going to pay as a business if we take more than what we have in the bank. So let us record it, bank charges as well as interest on debit balance. So that is that. So now let us go record these charges, like I said. So let us go and record them under cash payment journal. So here we are under cash payment journal. So we are going to have this document. So we are going to have Best Bank. These charges are charged by our bank that we're using, which is Best Bank. So we are going to have 510. Let me write it under sundry accounts. That is 510, which we know is for bank charges. Then again, we're going to have 170, which we know for sure is interest. Interest on overdraft. Interest on overdraft. So when you add 510 and 170, this is going to give us 680. That is the amount that goes into the bank. Hope we are together on that. So now let us move on and try to see what do affect our cash payment journal. So if we can see now here on E, we have now again this amount of 4,000. As it says, the owner withdraw 4,000 from an ATM to pay wages on the 28th February 2025, but did not inform the bookkeeper. So we are to add that 4,000 because it was not recorded in the books. So let us add it because we throw the money to pay what? Wages, to pay our employees. So it's a cash payment journal. So we are going to say PS, that's our document, and then we write cash. We throw a cash to pay our wages. This is 4,000 and it goes into sundry account as well, and this is for wages. So that is that. Then we add now the side of the bank. Then we know we are going to have 96,295. So that's all about cash payment journal. That's all about cash payment journal. So remember 1.4, we are asked to do cash receipt journal. So you remember very well that on 1.4, we were asked to do what? Cash receipts, I mean bank reconciliation statement. Prepare the bank reconciliation statement for February 2025. So now we are to do what? The bank reconciliation. Now we are to do bank reconciliation. So for us to do bank reconciliation with people, we are to start with the balance on the bank statement. So we are to start with balance on the bank statement. So if we go through our information together, let's take time and try to see if there is any balance that we are to start on the bank statement. So you can see now here, there is no that, there is no such. Let us see here, and then we can see there is no such. Here it was for cash payment and cash receipt journal. Then we come to see and look if there is any amount that can start our bank reconciliation with, and we can see there's nothing. On D, as we can go through information D, you can see there is nothing. So let us come to additional information on E. So on E, you can see that we have the debit balance of 30,650. As it says, debit balance of the bank statement on the 28th February 2025 amounted to 30,650. So this is the amount that we are to start with. This is the amount that we are to start with. So now we come to our answer book on a bank reconciliation statement 1.4. So we are going to say debit balance according to bank statement. We are going to say debit balance according to bank statement. According to bank statement. That is that. We are debiting it, and this is 30,650. So that is that. Now we are to credit outstanding deposit. So let us go and try to see the information that talks about outstanding deposit. Outstanding deposit. So without even going far, you can say information D has our outstanding deposit. As it said, a deposit of 11,100 on 28 February 2025. So outstanding deposit of 11,100 in books, it is there in books, not in bank. In the bank, we don't have it. So this is outstanding deposit. So we credit outstanding deposit. This is going to be credited. We are going to say credit outstanding deposit of 11,100 is credited, credit outstanding deposit of 11,100. So let us record it under bank reconciliation statement. So we are going to say credit outstanding deposit. We're going to say credit outstanding deposit of 11,100. So that is that. So now we are to do debit outstanding electronic funds transfer. Debit outstanding electronic funds transfer. So that is that. So we are going to look at the what? The outstanding payments, the outstanding electronic funds transfer. So that is where we are now. So as you can see, the following EFTs that were issued, but they were not shown in the bank. That is document number 546 dated 28 February 2025 for 7,250. Also document number 552 dated 28 February 2025 for 12,500. So remember, when it comes to this side of payments, we are subtracting them. So these are subtracted. So we are to show that as we're going to subtract, we are going to subtract the debit side items, but we add credit side items. So these ones of payments outstanding, if it is, we subtract those as on the debit side items. So we are going to say 7,250 plus 12,500 and plus 7,000. So one can ask, where is this 7,000 comes from? So our 7,000 comes from here, a new EFT number 469 for 7,000 that was issued in favor of Kids First Orphanage. So now we are as well have to add it as it forms part of outstanding EFTs. So now we are to go to our bank reconciliation now, as we are going to say debit outstanding EFTs. EFTs. So we debit EFTs. So we have this document number 469 of how much? Of 7,000 for the kids orphanage. We have document number 546 of 7,250. We have document number 552 of 12,500. So that is that. Also, if we can go through and try to find out what is now to be recorded under still under cash receipts, not cash receipts journal, but under what you call under bank reconciliation statement. We have to look for another information or statement that will affect our reconciliation statement. So let us go and look together. So if we can look on our additional information on information E, we have electronic funds number 101 for 9,750 appeared on the bank statement. After an investigation, it was discovered that the EFT belongs to King Traders. So the bank will rectify the error. So here we are talking about EFT wrongly debited. No, I'm trying to say EFT wrongly debited. EFT wrongly debited, which is so much 9,750. 9,750. So this as well goes into our bank reconciliation. Now we are to credit because it was wrongly debited. So we're going to say credit EFT. So we go to our answer book and record that. So now we are going to say credit EFT wrongly debited. Wrongly debited. So this goes into our credit side as how much? As 9,750. So you remember very well, we do have ATM withdrawals for wages. So that as well should go into the bank reconciliation. So let us go to that information. Here it is. The owner withdraw 4,000 from ATM to pay wages on 28 February 2025, but did not inform the bookkeeper. So this is an ATM withdrawal for wages. So we are going to write it on the debit side of our bank reconciliation. So we are going to write it here. So we are going to say ATM withdrawal wages. ATM withdrawal wages. Of how much? Of 4,000. So that is that. So when we add this debit side and subtract the credit side, we are going to add this together and then minus this other side. Then we're going to get what? 40,550. So we're going to say credit balance according to bank account. So so let us say credit balance according to bank account. According to bank account. So this is going to be 40,550. 40,550. I've said this is when you add this and then subtract this, you're going to get this. So we call this amount we have to credit it. So that is a credit balance according to bank account. So hope we are together. Hope we are together. So when you add this side and try to see whether the side will balance, you can see when you add 30,650 to this outstanding, if it is, as well as our income fraud of 4,000. We can see when you add all this together, you are going to get 61,004. Sorry, let me write it here. We're going to get 61,400. And then if in this side, when you add 11,100, 9,750, and 40,550, you are going to get 61,400. So it means this do balance. So it means we got it right. It means we got it right. So thank you very much for your time. Please make use of this presentation as it is very helpful to you, grade 11s, as we are going to write our term 2 test. So let us make sure that we use this presentation to help us, and please share with others. Thank you very much.